Hey guys, I'm at my mom's right now. I'm totally slouched out on the couch. I'm multitasking. I just put the catalog down because I can't see up close with my glasses on. I can't see far away either. I'm legally blind. I have a story actually. I thought of a story to tell you. I belong to this society, and I will try to finish all of my sentences. I belong to this medieval reenactment society called the SCA.org, and I'll link that down below in the description. And it's really it's an organization who it was founded actually at Berkeley in 1969. And it was just, they did medieval reenactments, and now it's very period. Like, it's not like the Ren Fair. It's not whimsical. You don't go with wings. You don't wear a circlet or a coronet or a crown unless you've earned it. You don't wear certain color belt. It's very, very different from Ren Fairs, and it's nothing like LARP. Not even close. There is much fighting, much bruising. Anyway, there is an event where Florida and Texas come together and have a war and meet like in the middle. It's in Lumberton, Mississippi. It's usually the weekend of like around the middle of March. And we have all kinds of weather. I remember one Gulf Wars we left. It was raining. The sun was shining. It sleeted. And it snowed. And then we got back into Louisiana and it was like 70 degrees. It was very strange. Anyway, war before last. I didn't go to this past war. I went to last year's war, but the one before that was Gulfnado. Hashtag Gulfnado. If you Google Gulfnado and look at the images, I think you'll see a meme of a really scary looking tornado. That is a picture of the actual tornado that went like right alongside the ranch where we hold this week-long war. It's called Gulf Wars. And we live in a yurt. We live Mongolian. So the wind was kicking up really bad, and I was texting people I knew, who were down at court, which is where your kingdoms, if depending on where you live in the country, it is all regional, except for the households, and the peerage. What was I saying? I don't even know what I was saying. I'm sorry. I'm watching Ghost Adventures. Court. I was texting people in court, which is where the king and queen and their entourage, and then all of the populace of that kingdom are present. That's where you get your awards. You get your award of arms. Any awards. They do banishments. That is a whole different story that we will not get into right now. It's not a pleasant story. It's just not. I don't think I'll tell that story. Anyway, so I'm texting these people, and I'm texting this one person in particular who just made this pavilion. Beautiful period pavilion. And I'm like, dude, you need to get up here because there is a tornado. Because I've got things flashing through on my phone. Tornado, and I don't know if it was laughed off or if it was taken as an exaggeration. But Mo Tan flew to the frame of the yurt on one side and said, "This is it." And so because whenever whenever somebody from Texas says, "This is it," you get your ass up and you hold the house down. So we're literally holding down this aluminum yurt, cackling maniacally at each other because we know if we get hit by lightning, we're both gonna die. And if Mo had not cut a hole in our roof that year and made the traditional yurt flap, God, he put that thing together so. I mean, he puts this. We get this thing assembled in an hour, like we have it down to a science. I have trouble now because of health problems. I can't move as fast as I used to be able to. But anyway, so we're holding down this yurt and cackling, and the wind is blowing so hard at my back. It's blowing the canvas outer wall of this yurt at my back, and it's lifting me off my feet. Like I am hanging from the yurt rafters, holding the yurt down. And I was literally at like a 45-degree angle from the ground. And I was dying laughing. I don't know why. It was like a total rush, adrenaline dump at the end, you know. We've gotten the yurt down to such a science, and I say we because I do help putting it together. You know, I make it pretty. I do. I have a million saris that and pillows and things. I make it pretty. I make it thick, girly. Anyway, Motan's got this thing down to a science where like it's not going anywhere. But I do think that had he not put that the vent in the ceiling, that we would have had much trouble. We did not. We didn't even get flooded. We replaced the tarps pretty often, so water was literally, and we didn't realize that we were in the downhill flow zone. So water was literally running under the tarp. It felt like, and I'm not kidding, because several people can attest to this, because we were one of the only places still standing. It felt like we were walking on a waterbed. And one of our friends, poor thing, comes running in and thinks he has to ask, can I please come in? I mean, like, everything he has is gone. It's wet. It's soaked. He has nowhere to stay. Poor baby. I hated it. Bless his heart. And I said, yeah, grab a pole. And so we're all three of us shivering, soaking wet, holding down this aluminum yurt. And then he experiences the weightlessness. Like when the tornado went through, we left the ground. He and I, because we were on that end of the yurt. You guys, living through an F3 tornado in an aluminum and canvas yurt. I know some of you are thinking, oh my God, you're a dumbass. Well, it was the only shelter we had at the time. Not technically. We were salvaging our items. We had a lot of crap in the yurt. Like, we live posh. We made it through. Man, did we make it through. We didn't get flooded. Nothing got wet. I mean, it was great. It was great. We had there's actually, There's a picture of on my Facebook page of like my face is just lit by candlelight. That's like that night. We have candles everywhere because it is cold. My friend was our friend was just shivering, and Motan wraps him in a camel hair blanket that my brother had brought from Jordan, and I'm poor thing. I'm like pouring hot chocolate down his throat. Bless his heart. He ended up going home the next morning, but it actually, I don't think anybody was hurt. A few campers were damaged. A few, like, there was a vehicle, or maybe 3 vehicles of like people in my encampment, and then, well, maybe it wasn't people in my encampment. People that I knew got struck by lightning and just wouldn't start at all. Nothing worked. But it's a heck of a thing. Again, I'll put everything in the description, SCA.org, hashtag Gulfnado, GULFNADO, or Google Images, Gulfnado. That is the real tornado. Somebody took a picture of it on the way into sight. And I know I'm smiling. It was a hell of a thing. It was a scary, exhilarating experience. And I don't know. It's definitely something to look into because the SCA is global. Check into it. If you like Vikings, if you like Game of Thrones, if you like the Tudors, if you like Reign, yeah, you should definitely check into it, especially if you like Vikings. We have a lot of Vikings. We do. One of my very wonderful friends is quite Viking. Anyway, alright, that's the end of the story. I'm gonna finish my Ghost Adventures night or fall asleep to Ghost Adventures. I don't know yet. I hope you guys have a great night, and I will talk to you soon.